Welcome back to Wingham Church. One of the best things about where we live in Whitstable by the sea, I expect you've been there, is that quite near to our house there is a school. And we always know that it's term time because, of course, at the break times, at lunchtime, we hear all the noise from the children in the playground. Now, I'm sure that none of you ever raises your voice. I'm sure none of you ever shouts at all. Well, the children in this playground certainly do. And I have to say, for us, it's a very happy sound. Now, I always think of this week, the week that begins with Palm Sunday. I always think of this week as the week of two shouts. When you get together with a group of kids, when you're playing, when you're in a crowd, it's exciting. It's really exciting. Everything becomes exciting and the sort of temperature rises and you pick up from each other all the different excitements. And so, of course, your voices rise and you shout and make a lot more noise than you would if you were on your own. And what we remember in this week in the church is the very last week of Jesus' life. And as I say, I think of it as a week of two shouts. Firstly, on Palm Sunday, it's a shout of joy and celebration. All the people of Jerusalem come out because they've heard that Jesus is finally coming to their city. And so, hey, well, there's a palm cross for you. They wave palm branches. That's a sign of a hero coming who's conquered. So they wave palm branches and they shout, Hosanna! That's the shout for Palm Sunday. Hosanna, they shout at the tops of their voices and shout him into the holy city. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. It's a shout of joy and welcome. It's a wonderful thing. That's a crowd full of excitement, full of all that's happy and good. But then it goes wrong. As the week goes on, they find out that Jesus is not the kind of king they thought he was. He hasn't come to drive out the Romans who they hate. He hasn't come to do that at all. He seems to spend his time with people in trouble and care for them. He has rows with the people at the temple, the holy people. They thought he'd be their best friend. But at the end of the week, they shout something else. And what they shout is terrible and terrifying. They don't shout Hosanna anymore. Instead, they shout, Crucify him! Crucify him! Because the week ends with Good Friday. It's the same crowd. It's the same people. And that crowd works just the way the other crowd worked. A crowd can get you really excited and joyful. It can also make you really angry and destructive and make you want to get rid of the things that you think are ruining your life. And so it's a week of two shouts. It's kind of like the way our human life goes. Are we full of joy and welcome? Or do we just want to destroy and get rid of things? It's a terrible story that a week that started so well should end so terribly, should end so badly on Good Friday. The only hope that we have is that, in fact, that's not the end of the story. Not the end of the story at all. Thank God for that.